These two cameras look so similar and so different. If you look at the spec, they look almost identical. 1-inch sensor, 10-bit color, but at the same time, they are so different because one is a robust action camera and another one is a high-tech cinematic camera. Let's go and put into comparison today the latest GoPro Mission 1 Pro and the latest DJI Osmo Pocket 4 Pro. And let's find out first the similarities between these two cameras. Both cameras are having 1-inch sensor and can film in 10-bit color. It means it places both cameras on the range of professional cameras. At the same time, DJI claims that Osmo Pocket 4 Pro has a sensor that allows to film with 17 stops of dynamic range. On GoPro Mission 1 Pro, it has only 14 stops of dynamic range. But do you see such differences? I was trying to find this 17 stops HDR on my previous videos while filming with Osmo Pocket 4 Pro, but honestly, I didn't find big differences when I was comparing with the cameras that can shoot with 14 stops HDR. Both cameras can shoot in 4K up to 240 FPS, but for Osmo Pocket 4 Pro, this is the max FPS that you can use. On the same time, on GoPro Mission 1 Pro, you have a special slow motion burst mode that allows you to film in insane 960 FPS in 1080p that make GoPro Mission 1 Pro more suitable for the action, and especially when you need to slow down your footage. Both cameras have professionally graded lock format. On GoPro Mission 1 Pro it is updated GP Lock 2, and on Osmo Pocket 4 Pro it is updated D-Lock 2 format. There could be a lot of battles between which one of lock format is better, but this is up to you. If you have the LUT file that fits better for your GP Lock 2, you should just go with GP Lock 2. If you found that your LUT files better fit for D-Lock 2, then just go with D-Lock 2. Okay, let me show you when I compare in lock format. Now GoPro is filming in GP Lock 2 and DJI is filming in D-Lock 2. This lock formats look so different. If you look at the video preview, D-Lock 2 looks so dark, and actually it fits more for the color grading if you have the proper LUTs and if you have the proper instruments. To my opinion, GP Lock 2 is more open and easy to use for the color grading. Let me switch Osmo Pocket 4 Pro to the standard D-Lock and I will show you the differences. Okay, this is the standard D-Lock on Osmo Pocket 4 Pro, and still just keep shooting in GP Lock 2 on GoPro Mission 1 Pro. Now these two lock formats more similar to each other, and if you have only one LUT file, I think it will fit better for both cameras. Okay, so filming now in GP Lock 2 and D-Lock 2, 8K 30 FPS on GoPro Mission 1 Pro, and 4K 30 FPS on Osmo Pocket 4 Pro. Let me know, guys, what do you think? I want to film something interesting, that's why we have this large pot of Egyptian geese, but they just swim away, they don't want to be in here. I must say that on the video preview, the details look absolutely fantastic on both cameras. The sky looks so natural and so smooth. Let me know, guys, what do you think when you're watching this on the large screen. Finally, we have a sun in here. Okay, keep filming in GP Lock 2 versus D-Lock 2 on DJI. On the video preview, the sky looks so much cleaner on Osmo Pocket 4 Pro with absolutely all the details. It looks absolutely fantastic, and I see just a little bit overexposed areas on GoPro Mission 1 Pro that looks, I would say, slightly more realistic. Because on Osmo Pocket 4 Pro, seems like that it tries to make this spot with the sun completely like dark, to highlight only the spot where the sun is. At the same time, we cannot look directly on the area with the sun because it is blinding us. That's to my opinion, GoPro Mission 1 Pro look more realistic of what I can see now with my naked eye. Okay, while the sun is still here, I just want to film in the normal video profile. Now both cameras are just shooting in the standard 10-bit. 8K 30 FPS on GoPro Mission 1 Pro and 4K on DJI Osmo Pocket 4 Pro. Of course, the biggest advantage of Osmo Pocket 4 Pro is that it has two lenses. This camera can film with zoom up to 12x. At the same time, GoPro Mission 1 Pro claims that it has zoom up to 4x. But realistically, the only zoom that can work somehow is 2x. Let me show you. Alright, I switched both cameras to 2x lossless zoom. No telescopic lens are utilized at the moment. Only how the camera is processing the image and crop it. What do you think, guys? Where do you see more differences? Speaking of the field of view, this is the widest field of view on Osmo Pocket 4 Pro that you can get. You cannot select between wide and standard. On GoPro Mission 1 Pro, you can choose between the linear, super view, and other kind of sort of intermediary field of view. So if you need the wide field of view, then of course the action camera Mission 1 Pro is better for your needs. To my opinion, Osmo Pocket 4 Pro has much better sounds and wind cancellation. Today is just a slightly windy condition. As I mentioned many times already, that GoPro Mission 1 Pro has some of the best video quality among action cameras. It absolutely outperforms the latest Action 6 and even outperforms the Ace Pro 2 from Insta360 that is actually almost 1.5 years old camera. And by the way, I have some good news about Ace Pro 3 and I will have a separate episode about that. But let's get back to the GoPro Mission 1 Pro. Because to my opinion, the noise cancellation, the wind cancellation on GoPro Mission 1 Pro is just horrible. I was testing different modes. Right now I'm filming with GoPro gain mode that ideally should automatically gain the sound to avoid clipping, and actually I also enabled wind reduction. But if you compare not process sound from both cameras, then Osmo Pocket 4 Pro sounds much better. So both cameras are having the photo mode. The max megapixels you can get from GoPro Mission 1 Pro is 50 megapixels. It actually gives you a pretty good quality of the photos. I was using GoPro Mission 1 Pro also for the low light, for the star shoots, and actually it looks really good. On Osmo Pocket 4 Pro, the max resolution for the photos is 37 megapixels. But because of its advanced sensor and because of its bokeh and separation of the background from the subject, the photos in general on Osmo Pocket 4 Pro look more portrait-like. The one advantage of Osmo Pocket 4 Pro over GoPro Mission 1 Pro is that it has built-in memory 107 gigabytes. It means that even if you don't have SD card, maybe you forgot to purchase it, you can start using this camera immediately. On GoPro Mission 1 Pro, unfortunately, it's another disadvantage, especially taking into account the fact of the price, of the really high price. I would expect that GoPro Mission 1 Pro should have built-in memory. Unfortunately, it doesn't have. Let me show you how both cameras behave when you use them for the running. Let me just run for a couple of meters. I'm holding both cameras in front of me. It's a bit difficult to run with two cameras, but I'll show you what you might expect, the shakiness and actually the stability. The biggest advantage of GoPro Mission 1 Pro is that it can film in 8K up to 60 FPS. I'm filming right now in 8K 30 FPS only because I won't be able to crop my footage and actually put both videos together side by side, so visually it looks with the same field of view as an Osmo Pocket 4 Pro. On Osmo Pocket 4 Pro, the max resolution that can film the camera is 4K. This is actually the very weird decision of DJI to go only with 4K as a max resolution, taking into account that in 2026 almost all the cameras already can film in 8K. Even the action camera from DJI, which is Action 6, can also film in 8K. We might only expect that in the future firmware update, Osmo Pocket 4 Pro will have also 8K resolution. GoPro Mission 1 Pro is a tough and robust action camera that you can take with you absolutely everywhere. You can drop it on the ground, in the water, and nothing will happen. I just returned back from the scuba diving trip where I was filming with GoPro Mission 1 Pro without any protective case up to 20 meters depth. And actually this camera looks like new without any scratches. At the same time, Osmo Pocket 4 Pro is a cinematic fragile camera. It feels even more fragile than the previous generation of Osmo Pocket 3. And as I showed in my previous episode, where I compared our Osmo Pocket 4 Pro with Osmo Action 6, that on Osmo Pocket 4 Pro there are some weird wobbling and shaking of the gimbal, especially when the camera is closed and also when the camera is open and you are moving the gimbal. You might hear the creaking sounds coming from the gimbal, like you know the sound from the old door. So guys, I really hope that you found today's episode interesting. I didn't want just to go through the raw comparison of the specs, but I wanted to find something interesting to you. If you enjoyed it, just don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Cheers, bye.